So this is the test corrections for 6.4H. This is the one that you're doing measurement conversions. So it should read, I can convert within the measurement conversion on your data analysis. So make sure you're on the correct video. Now you do need a sheet of paper. Make sure that you divide it into 2 columns. Make sure you put test corrections and 6.4H on the top. That way we know which test you're correcting. And make sure that you write on the top of the column the correct answer or showing work, and then on the other side why you got it wrong. So make sure that you're explaining for every problem why you got the answer incorrect. So here's the first question, and it's number 2. So it says, Matt decided to clean his 50-gallon fish tank shown below. If he is using 1 pint-sized container to fill the tank, how many times must he fill up the pint-sized container? So what we're going to do, we're going to use our reference chart, and on the reference charts, you have 1 gallon equals to 4 quarts. And then because we're not going to quarts, we're going to pints, we need the other one, the other ratio. So 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. So what we're going to do, we're going to use both of them. We're going to do one and then the other one. So I'm going to convert the gallons to quarts first. So I'm going to go ahead and write my ratio. So gallons, quarts. My ratio is going to be 1 to 4. If I know that I have 50 gallons, then in order for me to solve that, I know I need to multiply by 50. So 4 times 50 is going to give you 200 quarts. But that's not my answer because that was converting to quarts. Now I need to convert to pints. So we're going to do the second one. So the second one is going to be quarts. 2 pints, so it's going to be 1 quart equals to 2 pints, and I know that I need to convert 200 quarts. So again, scale factor is 1 times 2, 200, is going to be your scale factor. So 2 times 200 is going to give you your pints. So 2 times 200 is going to be 400. So that means we need to fill up the pint-sized container 400 times. So your answer is letter A. So make sure you're showing all your work on the left side of your paper, and go ahead and stop the video so you could explain what you did wrong. So remember, if you answered B 200 times, it means that you only changed the gallons to quarts and you didn't continue changing them to pints. If you got 100, then you probably just multiplied 50 times 2, and that gives you 100. If you got 6 and 2,500 times, that means you divided them instead of multiplying it. So make sure that you are understanding this and make sure that you write down your mistakes. Okay, the next question in this branch of your test is going to be number 3. So it says, Juliana wants to move a dresser into her room. She does not have a ruler to measure the dresser, so she decides to use a 2-inch paper clip. She determines that the dresser is 30 paper clips wide. How many feet wide is the dresser? So what we're doing, first we need to look at what they're asking us. So she's using 2-inch paper clip. That means it was 30 paper clips wide. But then if you look at the question, it's asking for feet. So that means I need to change the inches to feet. Before I could do that, I want to go ahead and see how many total inches was the dresser. So what I need to do, because the paper clip was 2 inches and it was 30 times, so that means we're going to go ahead and multiply that. So that's 60 inches. Now I want to change them into feet, and I know that 1 foot equals to 12 inches. So I'm trying to see 60 inches, trying to change them. So to get from 12 to 60, your scale factor is times 5. So 1 to 6 times 5 is equal to 5. So that means that 60 inches equals to 5 feet. So my answer is letter D. So make sure you stop the video, make sure that you go ahead and show all this work, and then explain what you did wrong. If you just put 60 feet for A, means that you didn't divide it anymore. If you didn't go ahead and change it to feet. If you did B, then all you did was divide the 30 by 12. So make sure that you're not doing that. And then if you did C, you multiply 12 times 60. So those are your mistakes if you picked any of the wrong answers. If you got the right answer, then you could move on. So make sure you explain your mistakes. The next one is number 6. Number 6 reads, Mrs. O'Brien has 35 feet of ribbon. If each of her 25 students gets an equal length of ribbon, how many inches of ribbon will each student get? So what we need to do, we need to go ahead and figure out what they're asking us first. So here is 75 feet of ribbon. There's 25 students. And when she says each one get, that means I'm going to cut the ribbon. Okay, and cutting is something that you do to something. When you do cutting on something, then that means your operation is division. So then it's asking how many inches. Now it's given in feet. We need to convert it to inches. So we're going to go ahead and convert first and then go ahead and figure it out, or we could divide first and then convert. So I'm going to do division first because I don't want to deal with those big numbers. So 75 divided by 25, that's going to be 3 times. So that means each student gets 3 feet. So 3 feet is what we're trying to change. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our ratio. So this is what we're looking for. So I know that 1 foot equals to 12 inches. So in order for me to get from 3 to 1, you divide it by 3. But if we're going the other way, 12 times 3, that's going to give us 36. So my answer is 36 inches. So again, if you pick 30, you basically just multiply 3 times 10. If you pick 3 inches, that means you didn't convert the feet to inches. And if you did 1/4 inches, means that you divided the 75 by, 70, oh, you did the, I know what you did. You probably changed it to a percent, thinking that you're dealing with percents. So make sure that you figure out which ones you got, why you got it wrong, and make sure you're explaining your mistakes. Also, make sure that you are writing everything down that I wrote. So when you're done, make sure that you turn this in. Make sure your title reads 6.4H, test corrections. Remember, you need to turn this in order to improve your grade. And remember, you still have another activity after this one to actually raise your grade. So make sure you're doing everything to improve all of your grades. And good luck on that.